So let's just start with this one, Alan. Okay. We got a lot of good things that are thrown out there. Let's see. Who will be the best player on the Kings by the end of next season? Who will be the best player on the team by the end of next season? Courtesy Brendan Nunes and Chris Watkins.
That means they'd have to still be on the team, number one. It's very important. This is an opportunity to get spicy, but...
Do it! Spicy!
I have three options. I'm probably just going to say Domantas Sabonis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I am going with Keegan.
I knew you. That was my... It was Keegan, Sabonis, or Acuff.
Sure.
Those are my three.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Keegan pick is the hope.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I mean? You would hope it would be Keegan even over Acuff because Acuff still has time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope you're right. And that's not to say, even if Sabonis is, whether he's on the team or not, it would be nice for Keegan to take a leap.
If you just go by the numbers and, resume, Sabonis is probably the easy answer.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's going to have the opportunities to do all the things that he was able to do when he put up the numbers he put up. But, we all know this. He put up some really impressive numbers during those Beam Team years.
I mean, the thing about Sabonis is that was the initial conversation or the debate about him because he put up crazy numbers. If he wasn't putting up those numbers.
We're talking like 19, 11, 50-something% or better from the floor and a very high percentage on threes, although he didn't shoot them, and then a lot of assists too.
Right. I mean, his assists, it felt like he was at least around 6, 7 a night, and then, of course, was, bouncing up to double digits to get those triple doubles. But yeah, we haven't seen that version of it. But Whitey, this goes back to the same thing. You could make the argument that you hope that it's Keegan because Sabonis is just not going to be as big of a part of the offense. That's not to say whether he got traded or not or played better or not. We're just not doing the Kings just aren't doing 1,000 DHOs a night like they were with Mike Brown.
Real quick, you just go back to not last year, but the year before. Last year only 19 games, but the year before that, 13.9 rebounds, best in the league, 6 assists, 59% shooting, and 19.1 points per game.
Crazy.
Those numbers pop.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
And
42% on threes.
42.
But only taking a little over 2 a game.
He was taking them, though. And people will remind you of that. What were the assists again?
6. That was down, the year before, before DeMar got here. 23-24, he had 8.2 per game. 8.2 assists per game.
Man.
With 13.7 rebounds.
And this is the man. And that goes back
8th
to
in the MVP voting.
Right. And that goes back to everybody that I think forgets that. And I get caught up in it too. But get him out. It's over. Let's just move on. This is a good player.
It is kind of interesting that the Kings have decided with the regime change, he ain't it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player, but it's not somebody that we really see as part of our future. Now,
There's got to be
publicly they would push back on that, but actions speak louder than words. They've been trying very hard to move him.
Well, and the other thing about what the Kings are planning to do, when you talk to Hunter Patterson and you look at some of these Detroit circles, Jalen Duren isn't Dikembe Mutombo. He's not this crazy defensive presence. He's not Rudy Gobert. He's better than Domas defensively as far as a rim protector, and maybe part of that is Scott saying, well, yeah, but he's 23. He can get better. But there are a lot of questions in Detroit about kind of his ceiling and how close he is, which might sound ridiculous, but it's not me saying it. This is literally what they're saying. And there's a reason they're not trying to pay him all that money. So the only reason I bring him up is, hey, that's not our type of player in Domantas Sabonis, but Jalen Duren is. And I would still say that Domantas Sabonis is better than Jalen Duren right now. And on top of that, Jalen Duren is not this kind of defensive savant that I think we all just assume because he's shredded and he kind of looks the part. But the Detroit circles say he's good on defense and he's probably better than, not probably, he's better than Sabonis. But it's not as if Scott is saying, I have my, and now he is a lob threat, which Domas isn't the same way, but I have my complete opposite center of Domantas Sabonis. Wasn't it Hunter saying that he actually thought it was a decent comparison and Sabonis could work because they do have Duren do some passing of the basketball as well? So I don't know. I just looked at that and
you make a strong case.
I just looked at that and, saw how they're acting as if Sabonis is this just random player. And it's not even about Sabonis. It's about, okay, you don't want Sabonis. You want Jalen Duren, but the Detroit streets are saying that Jalen Duren is much younger. We get it. He's going to improve, but he is not the equal opposite of a Domantas Sabonis.
He's not my answer because my guess is the team is not going to run the offense through him enough for him to put up those kind of numbers and have that kind of impact. Maybe that's not smart, but I don't think they're going to. Jay, how about you? Who do you think in any year is going to be the Kings' best player?
Domantas.
Domantas.
I think if he's healthy, it's Domas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, anything else beside that I guess you would hope that like a Zach LaVine would mean they'd be making a run at a 10th seed or playing, and he would be the guy. But for me, I think it's easy. I think Domas, if he's healthy, is a double easy.
Do you think there has to be any type of conversation with Domantas Sabonis, Doug, and Scott Perry? Maybe that full triangle, maybe not. As far as, hey, we don't know this, but if the decision is, hey, A-Cuff's going to have the ball a lot, probably more than De'Aaron did, we're not going to run the offense through you. Do you think that conversation has happened? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it needs to happen?
I don't know, because I was noticing at Summer League they were still running some DHO stuff. And now that's not necessarily the best indicator because, you're just kind of just trying to get through the games. But I did notice even with Dylan Cardwell, like they're running some DHO stuff. So I don't know.
Can't stay away.
I don't know.
Well, look, I mean, the team that just won the championship was running it, so why wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. If you remove context
so I could be totally wrong about that. But
yeah. But either way, it ain't going to be like it was with Mike Brown, even if they're running some.
Right. Mike Brown basically took what the Warriors did with Draymond and said, Domas, you're Draymond.
Yeah. And now it gets moved all the way around.
Uh-huh.